I think you'd need an ethics advisor to determine whether or not, when you were Chancellor, that you told the tax office...
Yes, because it stops politicians having to make decisions that will split the party and whatever. So they just palm it off to someone else.
It's a sign of weakness, isn't it? I mean, Rishi Sunak does not have the political or public capital to make the types of decisions he needs to make. He's very short on allies within the party. He's unable to push through his own... Well, I'm not clear what his legislative agenda is, but absolutely he should be asking Nadhim Zahawi to stand down. And he doesn't have the power, he doesn't have the people behind him. I was referencing to Martin, I don't know if you remember, there was a scene in The Thick of It years ago, always very prescient on political issues, where in the wake of a political scandal they announce an investigation and the minister says, oh, thank God. And that's what this is, right? It's just kicking it into the long grass because he's a weak PM. But I think it's coming in the back of so many sort of corruption, cronyism, scandals. And the stink around the Conservative Party at this point is unavoidable. But this one I do think is like deeply troubling because it speaks to the fact that we have people in power now who represent the elite. And if we have a man overseeing the tax authority who does not appear to see it as his own responsibility to pay tax, what does that say about the wider system and the people who are adjudicating over it? I think this one, I find it really hard to get energised around, you know, things like the seatbelt thing from last week, right? But this one does matter, actually, because I think it speaks to the values that these people hold.
We don't know yet that he's done any wrong, but so let's...
Do you not think that paying out a 7-figure penalty is an admission of
But doesn't necessarily mean... Look, you know, when you're super wealthy, other people do everything for you. They can make mistakes too. It might not necessarily be his own thing. What I'm saying is we can't say this is corrupt cronyism until we know the full picture, let's be fair.
But he was